Well, hello again everyone, and thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my world of classic dirt bikes. Now in this featured video we're going to take a closer look at Mark Freudenau's 1979 XR80 Honda mini bike. Now this little featured bike is a bit of a departure for me, and certainly something different from the usual kind of classic bikes I normally feature on my channel. But I can safely say that this is definitely the smallest machine I have ever posted on my YouTube channel. Now the story behind this particular bike really begins with Mark's son Luke, who as a youngster used to fly around on his little PW50 Yamaha automatic, until Mark then thought it was about time that he got himself a proper bike with a clutch and gear shifter. Now when Mark first purchased the bike, it was a bit rough, but it was running, and young Luke enjoyed the bike for many years before he then eventually outgrew it. Now rather than sell the bike on, Mark decided that as he was in the restoration business, he would strip the bike completely and then rebuild it. But rather than put it back to as near as to the original condition as possible, he decided that he would build himself a fully blown mini racer with some really trick upgrades along the way. So first off, the entire bike was completely dismantled down to the very last nut and bolt. Now naturally, Mark started with the frame, which was blasted and then inspected for any cracks or other damage, and it was then finally powder coated. Now the motor had a very comprehensive strip down and rebuild, and there were not many parts that escaped being renewed or refurbished by Mark. Now every bearing, seal, gasket, etc. was replaced with brand new items. The barrel was rebored and an oversized piston and rings fitted. Other upgrades included fitting a stage 1 camshaft to the head, and Mark also constructed a new custom made oil cooler to reduce the oil temperature when the little 80cc motor was running. Now of course the motor was stripped and rebuilt meticulously, and after all the parts were vapor blasted, much of the time that was put into putting it all back together was actually spent on making sure the engine was 100% perfect. Now when it came to the exhaust system, Mark completely replaced the original with this rather nice D&G high performance exhaust and tailpipe. Now both wheels are still the original XR80 Honda items, although naturally these were all refurbished and then rebuilt using brand new spokes, and a new set of tyres were then refitted. Now the original Honda fuel tank was also stripped of its old Honda paint and then given this lovely new colour scheme, along with a set of brand new Honda tank decals. Now these lovely rear shocks on this machine are not original Honda Showa shocks. These are just high quality alloy replacements with the Showa logos on the rear reservoirs. Now the swing arm on this particular bike is a high quality period correct D&G replacement. Now because Mark is in the restoration business, he put his manufacturing skills to good use by building the rear brake torque arm and this lovely rear chain guide, as these parts were difficult to source at the time of the build. Now, as far as I am aware, the control levers, handlebars, grips and cables etc. are all standard off-the-shelf Honda XR80 items. Now, the seat base from the original bike was reused, and then a new foam and Honda seat cover was then refitted. Now, although Mark never put the bike back to its original Honda specifications from 1979, you still have to admit it's a fantastic little motorcycle. Now, if you'd like any more information regarding MHF restorations, just call this number or just see their Facebook page. Okay, that's Mark Fredonou's 1979 XR80 Honda mini bike. Now, we've had a quick look around the bike. Let's just have a quick listen and just see exactly what she sounds like.
I don't know what fuel is in it.